So this video is a little bit late. So late, in fact, that between the time where I posted my Q&A thing on my community tab and the time that I'm posting this now, I gained about 3,000 more subscribers, which is great and crazy, and unexpected still. It's hard to sound grateful and appreciative when you still haven't really gotten over the confusion about it all, but I really appreciate it. So that being said, thank you again. Holy shit, it's crazy. I have some questions from you guys that I'm going to attempt to answer as well as possible. So here we go. Why named dog eat dog? This was probably the most asked or alluded to question in my comment section, so I'll just give you the answer here. My name is Dog Eat Dog because I like dogs, but also I took the phrase "it's a dog eat dog world" because I knew that my criticisms of media or introspections into media were going to be a little bit harsh. So I just shortened "it's a dog eat dog world," made it Dog Eat Dog, and voila! Yep, that's it. That's the answer. It's pretty boring, but it's the correct one. Do you have any specific YouTube channels that you look up to? Yes, I have a lot. Here they all are. I can't list them off the top of my head because I have the memory of a goldfish. How do you put together your video essays or find the topics and get motivation to make them? So a couple people asked this question, and although I won't go into too great of a detail because that's really boring, I'll give you some general ideas of what my process is like. Finding a topic is probably one of the easiest things ever because I am very vastly interested by basically anything. I try and think of things that are kind of relevant or things that I find on Twitter, or I pull from a list of topics that I have in my notes app somewhere on my phone. In picking something that I'm really interested in, the motivation just already comes there. I put them together by, well, first I choose a topic, obviously, and then I research them and I write. And in my research, I ask myself a couple questions on what I want to answer and what I want to ask the audience. You've probably noticed that a lot of my videos end up with a question, and that is definitely on purpose. I do a lot of research. I go through a lot of interviews. I try and find quotes. I try and find a bunch of different perspectives. All of this craziness. I read a lot, but as a general, like, historical synopsis, I usually just go to Wikipedia and then, go down a rabbit hole in that. After that, I record audio, which is literally my least favorite thing to do ever. Yeah. After that, I highlight parts of my script that I want to find specific footage for. So, for example, for my adult animation video, when I wanted to talk about The Simpsons, I found a bunch of clips of The Simpsons on YouTube and I just downloaded them. I put them all in a folder, so I have my audio in one folder, my script in another folder, and my videos in another folder, and then also photos in a separate folder from that. I try and find as many photos and videos as possible before I start editing so I don't break my flow. That's just kind of the way that I work. I hope that helps. I use Premiere Pro because a couple people wanted to know what software I use. I use Premiere Pro. That's totally super hard to pirate, wink wink. But honestly, if you're thinking about starting your own YouTube channel, I would just use whatever you feel the most comfortable with, whether it be iMovie, Windows Movie Maker, etc. Avid if you're a menace. But yeah, so I hope that helped a little bit. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me on Twitter or go in the comments of this video and I'll clarify a little bit more. How long does it take you to make a video? That is a really good question. I would say on average it takes me about a week and a half. But for a couple of my videos, specifically my Good Place video and my Matrix video, took me literally 48 hours from research to publishing. I don't know how I did that. I wish I could do that for all of my videos, but unfortunately I'm a little bit of a procrastinator and a full-time student, so. What made you want to start YouTube, and do you consider it a hobby or something more? So when I first started this channel, I actually went to my friend Karsten, who's way more popular on YouTube than I am, and I asked him if the idea of me making video essays and stuff like that was a good one, and he said yes. So I sent him my Mob Psycho video, and he told me to keep making them, and that's kind of just what I've been doing for the past couple months. I started wanting to do this because I like to talk about things, and I didn't really have an outlet to properly go in depth with what I wanted to talk about. Like, I'm not a freelance writer, I'm not a professor. All of my research and everything relatively goes to waste unless I'm part of like some trivia game or something. But yeah, at the end of the day, it is just a hobby. I don't really expect to make much money from this. That was never my motivation in the first place, and I'm still having fun with it, but when I stop having fun with it, I will stop doing it. So yeah. Have you thought about a face reveal? I think eye contact when trying to make a specific point enhances some videos. I'm not necessarily opposed to showing people what I look like, but I would never want to record myself while I'm making videos. My videos are really heavily scripted, like really heavily scripted, and it would just be kind of awkward because I'm also pretty bad at eye contact. I don't know, I think that editing my videos the way that they are works perfectly fine with me. It would honestly be harder to just record myself talking. I'm not a very charismatic person whatsoever, but thanks for asking anyways. What's your political beliefs? What do you think was your turning point to have them? This is a really good question. A couple people asked me about my political ideology, and a couple people have criticized me of my political ideology under the comments of some of my videos. So I'm here to answer it, I guess. My political beliefs or my political ideology would be, I would just in general say that I'm a leftist. Political beliefs would be a very long list of things, but in general I'm anti-capitalist, pro-union, pro-workers' rights, pro-human rights, pro-black liberation, pro-prison abolition, pro-legalization of marijuana, all of that good fun stuff. My turning point into having them was just kind of questioning the world around me. Reading theory, sure, will help you argue those points, but having empathy and questioning those things is really, it'll get you far enough. Do you like Lenin? I've never hung out with him before, so I can't really answer that, I'm sorry. Trans rights? Trans rights. What are your favorite hobbies? I like reading. Outside of writing for this channel, I like to write sci-fi and horror short stories. I like video games. I like open world stuff, RPG Maker stuff. Anything that's violent or has a puzzle or both. I like puzzles. I like jigsaw puzzles and Rubik's Cube stuff. That's about it. A lot of people ask me about my favorite, things in general, and I don't really have a set list or a set ranking, so just pause to read. Here are some of my favorite books, TV shows, movies, albums, and games. Or at least some that are really good and that you should check out if you haven't. Oh, and my favorite anime too, because somebody asked me about that. What inspired you to follow movie college? Honestly, I just like movies, but my senior year of high school, I took a film analysis class and I was really good at it and I really liked it, so I was like, oh, maybe I'll make my own movies, and I haven't made my own movie yet, and I probably never will, but I've been a PA on a couple things, including Split Ends, Dirtbag, this one movie that'll never get made, this other movie that'll never get made, and some other movie about superheroes. And most of those are student films. How is your Japanese going? This question made me smile so much because it means that someone out there remembered such a minute detail about me, and I don't know, I appreciate it, thank you. But to answer your question, it's going really good. I completed my Japanese language minor last year, so I've just been kind of studying on my own now. I've been studying Japanese for about 8 years. I think I was 14 when I first started, and I'm nowhere near fluent, but I'm getting there, I guess. My reading and writing is way better than my speaking, but I'm gambatteng my way through life right now, including Japanese. Since you've been to Chicago, do you think Chicago-style pizza is real pizza? I live in Chicago, and I don't like Chicago-style pizza, but it's not fake, it's just gross. Most memorable movie out of your one movie a day project? It's been so many years that I don't really remember any specific titles that really stand out to me. But I do remember one day while doing this challenge, me and my class went and volunteered at the Chicago International Short Film Festival, and we were judges. We were volunteering as judges, and so we watched 20 to 30 short films in one sitting, and it was absolute torture, but it was awesome. But it was a lot. Thoughts on cats? I have many thoughts on cats, and they're all positive. I have a cat named Jonesy. He's named after the cat from Alien, and he makes funny alien noises. He's really big, and he was found in a forest in Holland, Michigan, while a friend of a friend was tripping on mushrooms, and so I got him from there. My roommate also has a cat named Jubilee who we adopted from Paws Chicago, and she's literally the sweetest. I love cats so much. I'm so happy to finally have one. Do you have a dog? I do have a dog. Her name is Indigo. She lives with my parents. She's about 11 years old and she smells like dead people and I love her. Favorite conspiracy theory? Okay, this question has me treading into some seriously hot water because in high school I used to purposefully look up the dumbest conspiracy theories ever and just watch them because I thought they were like top tier comedy. Like, you name it. Flat Earth, moon is a hologram, lizard people, all of that insane anti-Semitic, QAnon cabals stuff. I didn't believe any of it, obviously, because I have my head screwed on right. So, disclaimer, favorite does not equal endorsing, and favorite certainly doesn't equal that I believe in something like this. That being said, my favorite is the idea that those flat top mountains are actually really big trees. I think it's so funny. Any spicy hot takes? I have a lot of spicy hot takes, some of which I've posted, but I would say one of my spicier takes is those childhood ruined, cartoon theory videos. The one, the creepypasta ones? I think that is some of the most dog shit content ever created and put on the internet. It runs under the assumption that the creators and animators in studio maliciously, had malicious intent when making a cartoon, and there's just something about it that just doesn't sit right with me. It's stupid. It's like, oh, what if we said that SpongeBob was schizophrenic? Okay, what do you want me to do with that information? That's stupid. Shut up. I'm not attacking anyone in specific, but MatPat can suck my balls. What is your opinion on the Mario movie cast? I think you know my opinion on the Mario movie cast, but here is my official dog eat dog TM trademark statement about the Mario movie cast, okay? Boot Chris Pratt out of there, get Charles Martinet as Mario, and keep everyone else. Jack Black as Bowser is not bad. Actually, I kind of like it. Charlie Day as Luigi is hilarious. Everyone else, meh, whatever, I don't care. But Charles Martinet has been voicing Mario for over 20 years now, I think, and he just got absolutely snubbed. That is a perfect example of me showing how celebrities can completely take over voice acting roles when Martinet has been doing Mario's voice for so freaking long. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm probably still gonna watch the movie, I'm not gonna lie. And that's all the questions I'm gonna be answering for today's video. Thank you guys so much for all of your awesome submissions and insight. You guys are all really sweet, and the fact that literally anyone wants to know literally anything about me is very humbling, and it makes me feel good. So thank you so much for that. Thank you for 28,000 subscribers. That's crazy. I think I said this in the beginning of the video, but just to reiterate, I want to keep branching out, doing all kinds of crazy, fun stuff, and your support keeps me motivated and it helps me do those kinds of things. So stay tuned for more stuff. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!